everybody. Firstly, I just want to apologise for being late. My mum just called me, actually. And I was like, Mum, I'm just about to go live on Coffee Morning. She went, oh, sorry. So I think she completely forgot. Or I think she just didn't know what day it was. I don't know what's going on in her head. But anyway, we're here now. And so it's all good. We're all ready to go, ready to start the week. So I'm going to do some shout outs and see how we're all doing. Right, let's do it. I'm going to start from the top and work my way down through to the bottom, actually. Big thank you to all the mods that have give up their time this morning to come and take part in making sure that everything is running smoothly on the quiz. So thank you for that. It does mean a lot. And thank you to those who came and joined in for the quiz as well, because the quiz was a really good success last night. And yeah, I decided to give certificates to everybody. So we were moaning about second class stamps, and then we decided that we were going to give everybody certificates. So I'm definitely sticking to second class. But anyway, it was a success, and it was the last one of the month, and you all did amazing. I was really proud of you all, really. So thank you for everyone that took part in that as well. Before I go any further, Christine Parsons has been a channel member for 9 months and says, morning, Gabby. I'm glad to be back. I've missed coffee mornings whilst I've been doing jury service. No way. I have never been called up for jury service, Christine. So I've got no idea what it's like, but I've always been like a little bit curious, to be honest with you. Hang on. How do I get back to my channel? Every time I click on something like this, I can't get back on my channel. I was telling Tim that last night. I can't get back. Click on it. No. Click on the chat maybe. Yeah, I'm back on it now. I really should sort it out. I should know what I'm doing by now. I've been doing coffee mornings for a year and I still don't know what I'm clicking on. So wow. I hope it all went well, and I hope it weren't anything too scary as well, because they are a little bit overwhelming, aren't they, doing jury service from what I hear. So yeah, I hope it went well. Julie McGarty has been a channel member for 4 months and says, good morning, Gabby. Good morning to you, Julie. 4 months, going fast, but thank you so much for your support. Hayley Marie has been a channel member for 6 months and says, morning, Gabby. Hope you are well. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for your support for 6 months. It's been absolutely amazing. I'm going to do some shout outs, and I'm going to tell you how my week's been, really. So yeah, here we go. So we've got Amanda Beach, Foxy B, Craig Cargill, Anna Tidmarch, Belvedere, Hazel Manship, who was on the chat, who's now popped out and is going to watch later. Oh dear, Hazel, that's not good at all, is it? Obviously you will watch this back, so I think you'll know what I'm referring to. Eugene is here as well. Rebecca J, Claire B, I've said the Foxy B, James Robinson, Anna Tidmarch, I think I've said that. I think I've said Anna already. Claire B, BCTV, a different videographer with opinions. Breaking Free with Paul and Marie. Rosie Lee, Robin M, Lady Genevieve, Joanne J, Chris King, Heritage Railways, Jane Frederick, Natalie Clark. We're all talking about cake baking. I've not baked a cake for ages, but do enjoy it. But I enjoy the eating it too much. Yeah, I think that's half the problem, isn't it? You just want to eat while you're baking. I do like eating raw cake mixture. I'm not going to lie. Something wrong with me there. Andrew Lane, Natalie Clark, Gerald A, Eating Healthy, Wendy Copcart, I've caught up a little bit now. Hayley Marie, N Sanasi is here. Julie Pringle, Jacko is here. LES, The Beans, I'm Richard is here. Michelle Butterworth, Duncan Masterman, JBM, Judy Trimmer, Jules C, Paul Austin, Diane Price, Sophie, Caitlin Nichols, and Stuart Peter Duncan Anderson, Jane Frederick, Helen Bosworth, Mark Streeton, trying to get through everyone here, Paul Hansen, Saz is here, Bill Curtis is here, Dorinda. Oh, by the way, I did get your email, Bill, as well, so yeah, I'll definitely do that. Holly Capstick, I said Stuart, Julie Meadham, I think I might be repeating him now. Craig has been a channel member for 10 months. Says, Gabby, you're the best. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's good to hear. JBM Travels has sent in a super sticker as well. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate your support. Bill says, let's 100% get our thumbs up, hitting those like buttons. Yeah, too right, Bill. Hit the thumbs up, everyone. Stez Trez, Ryan Toon, Lou's Weird World, Mark Yap, and I think I've kind of caught up with everybody, but if I have missed anyone, I'd just like to apologise now and say thank you for joining this morning. Big thank you to Claire B. Claire B, you sent me a letter and it was really lovely to receive. Thank you so much for that. That meant a lot. I wasn't sure if you'd want me to read it out on the coffee morning or not, because some of these things are quite personal, but I just want to say thank you for sending it, and you did make me, Holly, Casper and Tim some key rings, which is such a lovely touch. Thank you. Was not expecting that in a million years, so thank you so much. Also a big thank you to Joanne J as well, because Joanne, we received Fonz's birthday card in the post a couple of days ago from you, so big thank you for that, and that was a nice little surprise as well, so much appreciated, everyone. It does really like mean a lot. It's been a really difficult week, actually, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Some of you might have been wondering why I didn't actually put a vlog up this week, and I am going to be recording a vlog today, all being well, and that'll go up as soon as it's done. It's Holly's birthday tomorrow, so a big happy birthday to Holly. She's going to be 19. I can't believe it. It's absolutely mental, but it has been a really difficult week. I actually was a little bit like in two minds as to whether I was gonna actually do the quiz last night or not. James, thank you so much for gifting the membership. Thank you so much. It must be quite late over there in Australia, right? Or early, but yeah, but definitely a different time to us. Because yeah, it's been difficult because my grandma passed away this week, and it's really painful like experience going through something like that when you lose a grandparent, and I've got some amazing stories that I could tell about her, and I could probably fill the whole coffee morning just talking about her. It's quite raw at the moment though, so I'm really up and down. Like I'm going through it's weird, like I feel like I've only had like one positive day. Like the day I found out was a really bad day. The second day was the sun was shining and I felt so much better and I felt great and I was getting on with things, and then the next day I felt terrible again, and then the day after that I felt terrible again, and today's a little bit of a naff day as well. I don't know why, but it all sort of like comes and goes. But grief is a really nasty thing. It's a heartbreak, you know, and heartbreak is really hard to handle. Like I don't handle it very well at all, to be honest with you. But one thing that I can say is that I was a very lucky girl, because I had an amazing grandma. In fact, I was blessed with all my grandparents, to be honest with you. I lost my first grandparent. He was 64, and my granddad was a really good man, and so I lost him quite young, and then I lost my granddad my other granddad when a bit later in life, so I would have been about 20, I think it was like 29, something like that, and that was hard because I think I'd got a lot older and I hadn't had a loss for a long time, so I had not really experienced it, and yeah, it was really hard going, so that was hard. And then I lost my granny 6 years later, and my grandma 6 years after my granny. So like it's been like spread out like over 6 years, like the last 3 grandparents that I've lost, and it doesn't get any easier. You know, you sort of think that, you know, well, by now you can sort of process it a little bit better, but it really doesn't get any easier at all, to be honest. And like, I know I'm going to harp on a little bit here, but I'm not going to make it all about like a violin situation, but it doesn't get any easier at all. And my grandma's really good age. She had an incredible life. She had a lot of heartbreak, but she did like live her life to the full. She made sure she made the best of it. And she was, you know, 96, and it was a great age, and I'm really fortunate. I'm really lucky I had her all this time. But it's like, because she's such a massive part of my life, it really is like, it's a real gap. Do you know what I mean? It's a real gap. And I still don't really have, and I don't think any of us ever will, a full understanding of death, really. Like, I just really, no matter how much I can sit there and analyze it. And one of the biggest problems with me is I dwell on things. So whereas like some days I have days where I'm like, right, brush myself off, crack on, and then I have other days where I dwell on things and like it just eats me up and eats me up and eats me up, and I'm quite weak when it comes to a broken heart. So yeah, it's not the best time at all, but life does go on and we have to go on and the show must go on. And on Saturday I was gigging at a new venue, and I had to continue because, like say, the show goes on, and my grandma would be mortified if she knew that I had cancelled a gig for the situation. So I have to I had to carry on. And it is so hard when you just feel so sad entertaining a room of people. It is so hard, and you've got to put that front on, and inside your stomach is churning and somersaults are going round and round, and you've got a zillion thoughts in your head, and you're trying to focus on singing words of songs. And I must have sung 40 songs on Saturday, and I was trying to sing them and uplift a room at a brand new venue to make a good impression. And it was really hard, to be honest with you. But my dad was with me, and my dad is really like unbelievably strong. Like, I really think he is a really strong guy, and that was nice. So that felt quite comforting that my dad was with me. And I think that we can all agree when we go through times like this, it's just really nice to be close to family members that are in the same situation, because you don't feel alone. I mean, and that's quite important to do that as well. So yeah, it's been a naff week, really naff. I honestly thought she would live forever, but it's not to be, and that's life. And onwards and upwards, so she would say. So here we go. So we're continuing with the coffee mornings, business as usual. So here we go. Thank you for everyone that is sending their love. It's really appreciated. I really do appreciate that. But I'm okay. Like, at the end of the day, it's never gonna be easy, is it? So that's kind of how we have to roll. But when we was doing the quiz last night, it was good because Tim was on there with me, which we planned Tim was going to join me on the last quiz. And that was quite good because I had like that support there and someone to bounce off. So that was really nice that I had Tim. Craig, thank you so much for your super chat, and my heartfelt condolences, Gabby. When is her funeral? It's all quite raw, to be honest with you, Craig. So I don't think anything like that has been looked at yet. So I don't know. So when I find out, I suppose. But at the moment, we don't know anything of that yet. So yeah, it's a bit naff. So a few of you might have actually seen my grandma in my vlogs, actually, because I did feature her a lot. So you probably will see her on there, but she was such a character. And I never ever met a woman like her. She went on holiday up till a really late age in Spain, and she always said, the chair will kill you. So she never ever wanted to. Obviously later in life she loved sitting in her chair watching Andre Rieu, but she was never one for really sitting in a chair. She was never one of those grands. She was always out always out. And like, even in her later days, my dad was always taking her out. She had to get out the house, and she would like dress up every single day. She would always be immaculate, and she was just a really classy woman, you know what I mean? And she was incredible. They will never ever be, I know that people say this about their nans all the time, but there was never a woman like her. There wasn't. Like, she was never one of these nans where she would like sit there and bake cakes or bake some homemade bread like my other granny would, or, you know, sit there with a pot of tea and biscuits. She was never that kind of woman. She was more I'll have a red wine. She'd have coffee during the day, maybe a cup of tea in the morning, but she was always out. She's always out, and she just wanted to have a good time, and that's the way I want to be as well. So she's amazing. So yeah, she's a good woman, you know. So yeah, it's been a sad time, but we're you know, moving forwards, so to speak. So yeah, that's why there was like no vlog anyway this week. But anyway, the vlog that I'm planning on doing next is, as it's Holly's birthday tomorrow, I'm going to bake a cake. And that's why I put in the poll about who has made a cake. So please let me know now in the chat who has made a cake before, because I've made little cupcakes, you know, where you just add an egg, those ones, and made a disastrous go of it. But I was like, do you know what? After Thumper's birthday, everyone was saying to me, why didn't you bake a cake? And I thought, do you know what, I'm going to. And there's a lady on Instagram called Cake Toppers, and she said to me, I'll send you some cake toppers if you want to make a cake. And I'm like, hell yeah. So I've got a little bit of assistance there coming my way, so I'm like over the moon about that. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because it can't be that hard, can it? Can it? Leslie said, should be a third option on the poll, who attempted to make a cake. Yeah, I think that's what you could say I did, but with cupcakes. But it's got to be harder, right, to make a big full cake, right? I'm really confused as well. How do you get, it's going to be right, anyway, I'm going to vlog the whole experience so you'll like it. How are you going to get, you know, like when you get the creaming cake? So this is literally a blind person, me, making a cake, because I'm terrible. I'm the worst cook in the world, but I'll give it a go. Thank you, James, for gifting that membership. Much appreciated. Wendy says, my cakes always come out flat. Oh, that's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about. Why do they come out flat? What's going on? Billa Curtis, YouTube has great recipes for cakes, Gabby. For people who follow the steps, just measure and follow the steps. I don't have any weighing scales, though. So I might just have to wild guess that. Because if I go out and buy them, then I'll probably know. What? Oh, has she? Oh, well, nick hers then. I forgot. I just forgot, Holly. Holly's just said Granny's got some. I might borrow them. Yeah, I completely forgot that she'd got some. So yeah, I'm going to do that. D. Joseph, Gabby, I like the new coffee morning location. Much better upstairs. Well, to be honest with you, this is like the only quiet corner in the house that I can actually get, because we have a very small house, and Thumps is running around all over the place. Tim's editing at the moment, so he edits at the dining table, so the dining table is just full of his stuff that he's using for editing, and I'm just like, I need some privacy. So this is the only like corner I can get. It's not the best corner in the house, but you know, it will do. It will do. Who's complaining? Louise says, you can buy cake mix in a box. That's what I'm going to do, Louise. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I ain't starting this from scratch. I'm buying the cake mixture in the box. I'm going to add the egg, and then I'm going to buy a cake tin, and then I'm going to put the mixture in the cake tin, pop it in the oven, and then I'm going to decorate it when it comes out. That's the plan. But I'm worried that it's going to be raw in the middle and burnt on the outside. I've got to get the temperature right, and I don't really know if I'm going to get that right or bang on. But yeah, what I'm confused about please someone tell me in the comments, how am I going to get the cream inside it? Because when I've ever bought a cake, I cut into a cake and it's got layers of cream, but on the outside it's sealed up. So, well, it seems to be sealed up. Maybe it's not, I don't know. So how am I going to get the cream inside it? Like, I'm confused. Can someone please tell me? Do I have to drill a hole in it somewhere, you know, and do like keyhole surgery and like shove some cream in it? Please, someone fill me in. Rosie says, it's really straightforward to make a cake. Made loads in lockdown. It was stress reliever. Yeah, that's what I need, a stress reliever right now. Wendy says, my only success is lemon drizzle baked in a loaf tin. I think Holly would go mad if I used a loaf tin, because I think she wants a nice round or square one, to be honest. 180 degrees, make 2 Victoria sponges. How? How do I do it? How do I do a Victoria sponge? Christine Parsons, cut it in half, Gabby. How am I going to cut it in half without falling apart? Like, so if I made a cake, right, and I cut the cake in half, I can just see it now. It's just going to crumble away from me and disintegrate into my hands all over the shop. So how am I going to do that without it crumbling? Michelle says, make 2 halves. Ah, yeah. So I need 2 cake tins, right? Yeah. But how does it get sealed around the edges then? Like, so if I've made 2 halves of the cake and I put cream on and then I put the cake on the top, how does the sponge go around the outside of the cream? Or does it not need to? Because obviously I've got to ice the cake, so I'm assuming it's got to be whole when I ice it. Or do you just ice over the gap? That's where I'm confused. I'm just going to make a pig's ear of this. I think I have to open up a bottle of wine, man. Yeah, Lynn says make up 2 Victoria sandwiches. Diane says 2 sponge tins and make 2 halves. Can you... Oh, then you can better cream, I think she means. Sandwich tins. Amanda says you can get a sandwich tin. What? Duncan says go to Tesco or Asda and buy 1 stick, a topper on it, and save the stress. No, Duncan, because like you are right, and for many moons I've always gone and I've bought a cake and done things to, you know, do that, but I've got to do this. This is a challenge. I've set myself a challenge. I've got to do this. There's no getting out of it. I've promised myself I'm going to do it. I've promised Holly. Holly might cry when she sees it, but it's the thought that counts. That's if the cake toppers come today, because I'm waiting for cupcake toppers. Oh yeah, cupcake toppers. Morning. Toppers are in the post. Will arrive tomorrow. So she might have a late cake actually then. But what I could do is do the base of the cake, can't I? And then put the toppers on, can't I? It's Cupcake Toppers UK that have sent me, or are going to send me the toppers. So they're going to arrive tomorrow. So I might have to do this vlog in 2 halves then. But it's the birthday tomorrow. So she's either going to get a late cake or I can complete it all in the morning. That is giving myself some stress though. But it's doable. It's doable. So, but to be honest with you, this is all my fault because Cupcake Toppers actually messaged me a long time ago asking if I would want this. And I didn't even realise the message had been sent on Instagram, to be honest with you. Honestly, I'm terrible with Instagram messages. And I was going through them and I was like, got the message and I was like, actually, that's a really good shout, because I was thinking about making a cake for Holly, actually. So then by the time I messaged, and obviously things were going on with my grandma and stuff, by the time I messaged, I thought I've kind of left this to the wire a little bit. So I'm really like not giving a lot of time here. Cupcake Topper says, decorate today, then pop them on first thing. Right, and that is what I will do. But Cupcake Topper, do you recommend, do I do like a butter icing over the top and that before the toppers? Is that what I should do? Honestly, you need to message me, man. I need a professional. Amanda says, but don't forget to grease the tins so the car doesn't stick. So the car doesn't stick? Do you mean the cake? I think you mean the cake, Amanda. I think you should make a vlog just for the cake. That's what I'm doing. The vlog is going to be me making a cake. It's going to be hell. I tell you, it'd be a good laugh though. Yes, that will keep the cake moist. Right, that's what I'm going to do then. So I'm going to make the cake and I'm going to put butter icing all over it. So that bit's all done. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But what size? Because you said to me in a message, what size tin am I going for? Well, I don't know. What's the average size? Tell me, what should I go for? Alison says, Gabby, there's loads of videos on YouTube. Maybe a good idea to check some. Yeah, I probably should do that, shouldn't I? Izzy says, a sandwich tin size. Amanda says, sorry, it's my eyesight. Speed the cream, then the jam, Michael says. Well, yeah, I figured that bit out, Michael. Christine says, oh my God, I can't wait to see this vlog. Did anybody ever see my hot chocolate vlog? Oh my God, it was like the worst hot chocolate known to man. I even shoved jelly babies in it. It was Easter time, a couple of years ago. It must have been about 3 years ago now. And yeah, what I did was I made a hot chocolate. I think the boxes are about 7 inches, so might need 2 boxes. Right, okay. 7 inches then. Right, okay. I can do this. I can do it. You can do anything if you put your mind to it. Wendy says, stick to singing, Gabby. I can do both, Wendy. I can do both. I can be a cake maker and I can be a singer. I can do both. Anne says, that cake sounds lovely. Holly will love you, whatever. Yeah. Maybe I'll buy a backup one from the shop just in case. Because that way, like, if it goes, like, badly, then she's got one that she can, you know, fall back on, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, it should be a good vlog. I'm really looking forward to doing it. So, I'll make a start today and then I'll finish it off tomorrow. So, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I also thought about doing like a haul and on like stuff that I bought in the sale, like clothes and stuff, because like I bought loads of clothes recently that have gone really down in price in the January sale, and I was like really thinking of doing a vlog on that, to be honest with you, just so I could show everyone what's out there and stuff. So that's something that I was thinking about doing as well. Hang on, I've got a couple of comments actually that I want to read out as well. Hang on, let me go back. So Bill sent a really lovely message saying, another great coffee morning. So this was from, I think it was last week, wasn't it? Touched on many good topics. Again, happy birthday and congratulations on achieving driving license and first car. This is for Holly. Thanks for the shout out. It did seem like so much more than a month that he's been a channel member. I realised that I started with Tim's great channel more like 3 months. Then they brought me home from the hospital and I randomly encountered Walk With Me Tim. But from those moments on, you both opening up your homes and lives and family transported me to a healing, happy place that has made all the difference. Keep up the fine work. Bill, that is a really lovely comment, and I hope that you're feeling much better now. It's nice to know that me and Tim's like vlogs and stuff have brought like some comfort to you, and that is what it's all about, and that's what the coffee mornings are about and stuff like that. It's about picking people up. That's why I didn't really want to bring people on a bit of a downer today, really, with my issues, because it's me that's meant to pick other people up. Do you know what I mean? But I am no stranger to admitting that I suffer with my mental health issues and stuff like that. So it's, you know, it's just me being straight with everybody, really. I think I've already read this one. Did I read this out last week? I don't think I read any comments out last week. So no, I think this was from the week before, but I didn't read this out. Rachel sent me a message as well saying, "Hi Gabby, hope you're well. We love watching your latest vlogs about Christmas and Casper's birthday and the live vlogs at New Year. We really appreciate you and Tim so much. On Christmas Day, we lost my best friend and your vlogs really put a smile on my face. It's been super hard, but I know there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Keep going. You guys are doing an incredible job." That is such a lovely message. And I just want to say that I'm really, really sorry to hear about your friend. Grief sucks. It really, really does suck. But I just want to say thank you for sending that message in. It's nice to know that, you know, it's a comfort. It really is really, really lovely. Also, John Webster sent me a message and I really wanted to read this out. John said, just caught up with your live coffee morning this week. It's been a while to listen to your vlog. Unfortunately, haven't been able to watch too regular as I have had a serious illness having carers in daily. Hope Tim has recovered. Sickness is travelling around. Well, John, I just wanted to say get well soon and that we're all thinking of you. And John, over the last couple of years, because you've been there for quite a while and you've always shown a lot of support, and I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, and I really do hope that you get well soon, and I'm sending you lots of love. All right, and thank you for sending that. Rebecca J says, I missed quiz night as your videos are always entertaining. It was afternoon here. Oh yeah, and we were having the surprise 80th birthday party for my mother, and we did shout out about her mum's 80th last week. And Rebecca, I think you won a certificate last night, didn't you? I think you did. I also got a message from Hayley on Instagram, who I said, I got a message from everyone like who wants a certificate with their address, but I haven't got one from Hayley. And Hayley said, we just love doing the quiz. We're not bothered about a certificate. And I was like, yeah, I can understand why. So like at first I was like, huh? And then I was like, oh yeah, fair enough. And then they're not the most exciting thing in the world, so I'll definitely let her have that one. And the fact that she's there taking part means a lot anyway. So BC Rides Again says, Gabby, this is my new channel. I will be doing some rides out in my wheelchair for the channel and looking for accessible spaces for wheelchair users in Cornwall from this channel. Yes, it's me, BC TV, lol. Oh, what a really, really good idea. Some people have said to Tim actually that, when you do your hotels and you do this and you do that, you don't, or you go for a walk, you don't. Oh, I think it was like when he was doing like the Lanzarote vlog and stuff like that, and people say, well, you don't show like wheelchair access facilities, and it's like, well, the thing is, he does like hotel reviews and he'll do like resort reviews and stuff like that, but he's only like a one-man band trying to sort of cover what he can. So I suppose if he's not, because he's doing it from his perspective, if he's not a wheelchair user, he's probably not going to really touch upon those areas. And I think that it's really nice that there is a channel out there that can offer that to people, because people do need it. So it might not be something that Tim always sort of touches upon, but if there's a channel out there that can, then I think that's great, you know, because, you know, everyone's doing different channels for different reasons and stuff. So I think it's great. BC says, Tim gave me the idea from, from watching, where he was in Torquay. I couldn't see what you'd said there because there's like the little heart emoji in front of it, you know, where you just sort of hit the hearts. Paul says, good morning, sorry I'm late. That's okay, like, come on board, you know, it doesn't matter, better late than never. Judy says, great quiz, Gabby, really cheered me up. That was a really, really good quiz last night, wasn't it? I really, really enjoyed that. It cheered me up too. It was really nice to have a glass of wine and chat to you guys and feel like normal things were happening, because the normal for me is that. But what I'm going to do is, obviously that quiz, me and Tim sort of sat in there together, and there was loads of like questions sort of being fired at us as a couple and Tim, because Tim was coming over onto my channel. And I thought that obviously because we were trying to get on with the quiz at the same time, I thought it'd be a really nice idea if one night in February we did like a Q&A wine evening. So like, it's another excuse to open up a bottle of wine, but you don't need an excuse. But I'll just have like a nice glass of wine when I'm chatting to you guys. I do enjoy doing that. So I thought I'd probably do like a Q&A where we can all get together and you can just fire whatever you want at me. The more I drink, the more honest I am. So it's a good thing. Here comes another bus. God, there's always loads of buses, but never one when you need one, is there? Jerry says, hi, Gabby, watching from New Orleans. Way, that's the posh place, New Orleans. Thank you for joining us. Rachel Barker says, good morning, Gabby. From Skegness. Hi, Rachel. It's nice to have you from Skegness. How are things in Skegness? So, yeah, I thought it'd be a really good idea. I thought we could do like a Q&A. You know, you can just fire whatever questions you want at me from any level, really. Obviously, don't be mean, but, you know, if you want to ask me anything about like anxiety, IVF, gigs, hauls, fashion, whatever, just fire them all out, and then that's going to be the time where, you know, we can do it. And what I'm going to do though, so it's sort of easier to process some of the questions, because obviously the chat sometimes moves like quite fast, and when it moves fast I feel absolutely gutted that I missed some of your questions. So I might actually get you to send me some questions when the time comes. Don't send them yet because they'll just get lost in the messages at the moment, but when the time comes, I might say, if you've got any questions, send them to me and I'll do them on the night, you know, so it just, you know what I mean, so it can roll a little bit better, so I don't miss certain ones. It's also, I can be selective because I'm happy to answer any, like, I'm an open book and we all know that, and that's not always a good thing, but that is me and I can't change who I am at the end of the day. Mel says, hi Mel, you should play Mr. and Mrs. We did do a Mr. and Mrs. Game on the Living with the Lindens channel. So before we actually started Walk With Me, we had another channel called Living with the Lindens, but it didn't take off. Nobody knew us. We couldn't attract an audience because I guess we didn't have a niche. We were just two normal people just plodding along. So Tim did all the editing on it, and it's a fantastic, the editing was fantastic and they're really fun to watch, but it's just that nobody knew about it, so we had no traffic, so it was a shame. And then obviously Tim's channel took off during lockdown because nobody could get out, and then obviously then that was like Walks, and it's transitioned over the years and like opened a few more doors in different directions. So, you know, he's like doing like the hotels now, and worst rated, best rated, and then he'll do like going abroad and doing the resorts and stuff like that. Life with Hina is here. Hi. So anyway, yeah, doors have opened in different directions there, and that's going from like strength to strength, touch wood. And obviously my own channel, I always had my own channel. I've had it for many moons, but I just used to like upload gigs on it and stuff like that. So if you go right back to the start of my channel, it's just, I've just uploaded songs. So it was generally a channel to try and get, so basically if I'd got any venues that were interested in me at the time, obviously the quality of the videos are naff, because when I started it, phones were not what they are today, and they're recorded on phones and stuff. So it was always a case of, well, if you want to know what it sound like, come over to the YouTube channel and you'll see a couple of videos on there. So that's how it started. So my channel's been here a long time, but it isn't really until off the back of Tim's really that I started doing like hauls and stuff like that. And then mine grew with him because a lot of his audience come over to me. So I'm really pleased because I've just hit 12k. And one of the questions in the quiz last night was, how many subscribers has Gabby got? And my answer was like 11 point something or other. And as we were about to read it out, Tim was like, you know, you got the wrong answer here, you need to change it. And I was like, oh my God, yeah, I've just hit 12K. I forgot about that. So like between the time of me writing the quiz out and actually reading the quiz out, so writing and reading, I'd actually hit 12K. So the answer had changed. So that was really, really cool. So the fact that I've got 12,000 people subscribed. Oh, isn't it a shame though that 12,000 people don't watch the Coffee Mornings? Could you imagine? I'd be like buzzing. I'm buzzing anyway, don't get me wrong. But could you imagine? That'd be like, whoo! Where are all these people? Where do they hide? Why don't they come out of the woodwork? But anyway, yeah, 12K is pretty amazing. So I'm like over the moon with that. Jacko says, surely a wheelchair user would be better to make blogs on wheelchair users' perspective. Bet somebody would say Tim's taken away an opportunity for a wheelchair YouTuber to make them. Well, yeah, exactly. And that's why it's really good that BC Rides Again is doing that channel, because, you know, if you ever get like anybody saying, well, why haven't you pointed this out, then we can say, well, if you go over to this person's channel, that's where you will find the answer to these things, you know, because you can't cover everything, can you? I mean, when I think about Tim's workload, it is just, he's doing everything. So he's trying to respond to comments, and I struggle with my comments, but I still read all my comments, but it's sitting down and, you know, making sure individually you all get responses and stuff. And obviously, yeah, and again, I just want to apologize for the delay on that this week as well, but for obvious reasons. So, you know, it's you know, that can take a whole day just responding to comments alone, you know, so everybody feels valued. And then Tim does intense editing, and then he has to travel to these venues and these places, so that takes time. And then he's got to record when he's there. So it is boom, 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 boom. There's just no stopping. And he just works. I mean, he went to it. I don't know if it's a secret or not. Nah, it's not a secret. No, I don't think it's a secret. Better not be a secret. Anyway, yeah, so he went to Italy the other day, and he was there for like 24 hours. Not even 24 hours. How you do that, I don't know. Peter says, congratulations on 12K, Gabby. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Jerry says, has Tim thought about hiring an editor? My girlfriend is very good. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't know what he's planning on doing in the future. I think at the moment, because he spends a lot of his wages on putting it back into the channel, as you can tell by the expensive hotels and stuff like that, I don't even know if he's at that level where he could even hire anyone yet. But I don't know. Tim probably has got future plans, or it might be that he's got, like, when he's editing, he wants it to be in a certain way. He's quite particular. He's quite fussy about how things should be done. He's always been a perfectionist. Like, even like as a family man, like as a dad and a husband, he's a perfectionist. And when I used to work for Tim at the radio station, because I used to like do like a little bit of like running about as like a promo team and stuff. Oh, he was so hard to work for because he's just so strict. He's so strict. And but he knows what he wants, and he wants to get the job done. So that's what he's like. And he's the same with YouTube. And when I'm with him, he's like very particular about how he wants things done. But then I can see why, because his videos are quality, and that's why. So I think he might in the future hire someone, but I don't know if he's at that point. We've never had a discussion about it. It might be something to ask actually when Tim does the next Q&A. So he does do a Q&A once a month, so it might be a good idea to ask him that actually and see what he's got to say, because I don't know. I'm just speculating really. I'm just guessing between the lines. James says, hi Gabby, can you please give Ross Batchelor a shout out for his 25th birthday? Cheers, boss. Wow, Ross, it's your 25th birthday. I am so jealous. Have an amazing day. Did you say that's tomorrow, or is that today? Is his birthday today or tomorrow? Either way, have an amazing day, Ross. we're thinking of you, and enjoy it. Enjoy being young. You're so lucky. Craig, thank you for gifting those memberships. Much appreciated. Well done. Why am I saying well done? Well done. Well done for gifting them. And congratulations to the people that have received them. Judy says, hi Gabby from a cloudy Bournemouth, and congratulations on 12k. It's cloudy here. It's really naff. Like, it's horrible when the weather is like this and you're feeling down as it is, honestly. What we need is a bit of sunshine, you know, to lighten up the day. That would be lovely. Oh, Ross says it's the 30th of January. So you're the same as Holly, Ross. In fact, Ross, I think you've already told me that, and yeah, that your birthday is the same day as Holly's. That rings a bell. I'm sure you've told me that before. I'm sure you have. But have an amazing day. What have you got planned? You got anything nice planned? Holly's got nothing planned. Well, we're going out for a family meal, but she hasn't got anything planned during the day. She might be watching me make a disastrous job of her cake at this rate. Michael says, when do we start sending you message with questions, Gabby? Well, when I get a date for the Q&A, actually, because I want to, because obviously the quiz nights have come to an end now. Thanks for everyone that supported them. I'm absolutely gutted though. I'm really gutted because I really enjoyed them. But, you know, we're moving on now. It's February. Valentine's Day is coming. Things are getting a bit brighter. So we don't need, you know, we'll do it again next January for sure. I think that worked out lovely through those months. So we'll definitely do it next January. But now we're like got to sort of move on with what we're doing and we're going to go in a different direction with the channels. So I think we'll do a wine night Q&A in February. We'll make it a nice long one. We'll have a nice long evening together. I'll drink a whole bottle. No, not really. Can't handle a whole bottle anymore. But I might have 2 glasses and be a bit cheeky. And you can all come and get involved. We'll wait till Thumps is in bed, so it's all nice and peaceful. I'll put the fire on in the background. When I say the background, I mean TV. One thing that's quite positive is we are going to be moving, so I'm quite pleased about that, so that's good. But I am going to touch upon that on probably coffee morning next week, because it's the fact that we're going to move is that it's been a little bit overshadowed with other things that have been going on in the family at the moment and stuff. So obviously I've not really had time to sort of you know, give it much thought and excitement right now, which is a bit of a shame, but that's the way life works. You know, there's no good time to die. That's what my dad said. So I'm going to touch upon that on the next coffee morning. But yeah, that's all good stuff. Fluffy Cocktail says, can't wait for the wine Q&A. Be sure to put that date in my diary ASAP. I think what I'll do is I will probably schedule it a good week prior so that everybody can see the date is going to come up, because usually when I'm doing like a live, like if I'm doing this coffee morning or if I did the quiz, I probably only schedule them probably a couple, you know, they're coming, but I probably will schedule them like a couple of hours prior to the actual event. So I probably will create an event on Facebook, directing people to the YouTube channel. And I'll probably do it like a week in advance so that you guys can sort of plan your time. Do you know what I mean? So if you want to get like a couple of drinks in or anything like that, or, you know, if you want to make sure that, I don't know, if you're going to watch whatever's on TV, Emmerdale, you can put it on record, or whatever you guys do in your homes, or yeah, then that's what we'll do. So we can plan it quite a little bit better, and then once the event goes up, you can send me in your questions, but yeah, like you can just interrogate me and we'll just do that. But we're going to continue with the coffee mornings. The coffee mornings are going great. I apologize for the merch on the channel, because still, if you go into the store on the channel, you'll still see the Christmas stuffs up there, but after Christmas I went into my shop and I took everything down, but it hasn't updated on YouTube, so it looks like I'm still selling Christmas merch, which you can buy. You can still buy it. No, I don't know why anyone would, but it's still something you can buy, but it shouldn't be at the front of the shop. It should be somewhere at the back. So I did take them all down, so I don't know why they're there. but they are. So that's really, really strange. I don't know why that's happening. BC Rise Again says, I've moved 3 times. My last move was nearly 29 years ago. Well, this is why it's quite a hard move for us, because we have stayed here a very, very long time. So yeah, but again, I'm going to touch upon them the next coffee morning, to be honest with you. Mel, where do you find merch? Where it says store. So if you go like underneath the video and you go along, you know, like where it says videos, playlists, and then it'll say community tab and that, and then it'll say store as you go along. And if you click on store, it'll show you the merch. But yeah, that's where you find it anyway. Val says, hello, Gabby. Hi, Val. Thank you for joining us. Much appreciated. Sarah says, hi, Gabby. Have you got any dates for gigs in February? I do. February's not that busy, to be honest with you, Sarah. Not at this point, but it's fine. I'm quite enjoying the calm, because I did actually block off one weekend actually on purpose, because me and Tim are hoping to have a weekend away together with a bit of luck. But obviously certain events have happened, so I don't know where we're going with that right now. Don't really know where my head's at all, to be honest with you, at the moment. I feel a little bit all over the place. Like, I don't really feel like I've got a routine going on at all. I'm just sort of like muddling through the day like you do. And yeah, I don't know what the score is, but I have got 3 gigs for February, and then after February it's chaos for the rest of the year. So it's a full agenda. I was thinking that I might put my gigs up for the whole year, like, but then I usually put them up monthly anyway, so I didn't know which way to do it really. I'm still sort of deciding which way to do it. But yeah, I've got a really packed year ahead. And the thing is as well, usually how I usually operate is at the start of the year, me and Tim will go, right, what do we want to do and where do we want to go this year together as a family? And we'll be like, right, I think our family holiday should be this day and it should be here, blah 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 blah. And then we will do that, and then when the gigs come in, I'll obviously have my holidays blocked off, and then I'll give my calendars to the venues, and then they can pick whatever dates they want, and then Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. I don't know why I keep saying that, but I do. That's a proper old saying, isn't it? But that's how I usually operate. But I've never been to Madeira, Mel. I think I would like that. Perth, Australia, I can't do the flight. It's too long. I'd be terrified. I don't think I could do it. I want to go to Australia. I really do. But I just need to be able to click my fingers and get there, because I need a magic wand, because I can't do that flight. That's bad enough doing LA, and that was what, 12 hours, and that was bad enough. But to go to Australia, I don't think I could cope. And if I did get there, I don't know if I could get back. So I don't know. And I can't drive there, can I? And if I went on a boat, that would take a while. I'd be like Christopher Columbus on boat trying to go, or who was it? Captain Cook, wasn't it? Captain Cook that sailed to Australia and around the world. So yeah, I don't know if I could make it. John says come to Australia. I can't. I would need to drink a lot of wine, and it's not good to be drunk in the air, is it? Because you need to stay hydrated. But I do really want to go to Australia. I do, but I don't know. I'm terrified of flying, you see. I will fly because I want to go to places. So I'm quite strong in that respect. I will just suck it up and do it. And I've got better, as you know, because I am on anxiety tablets. And since I went on them, I'm a lot better with it, because I used to be almost foaming at the mouth. I'd be so scared. I never used to be scared of flying. Never. I used to I lived in Gran Canaria for a bit and lived in Ibiza, and I used to go backwards and forwards a little bit, and it never bothered me. I used to embrace it and really enjoy it. And my family had property in Spain, and I used to go backwards and forwards quite a lot. And I used to just really love flying. And then after what happened to Air Malaysia, I had a really bad nightmare I think it was the night I watched it on the news, and it was the most horrendous nightmare in the world. Like, I could tell you my nightmare, but I don't want to give you nightmares by telling you it, but it was really bad. And that was it then. I just done a full 180, and I was like, I am, yeah, I can't fly. And every time I'd go, I'd just be really terrified before boarding, and I'd watch them close the doors when I was on the plane. I was like, oh my God, that's it, I'm trapped. Oh my God, I'm trapped. And it's that whole confined feeling, and yeah, but I'm a lot better now. I'm better, but I just don't think I could do Australia. That would be a challenge. Let's put it this way. If I can bake a really, really good cake, then maybe I can get to Australia. It's all about challenging yourself, isn't it, at the end of the day? So you never know. I might be able to do it. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Jules says you're much more likely to have an accident in your car than a plane. Yeah, I do know that. And when yeah, when I spoke to my doctor about my fears and stuff, when I got anxiety, he told me that. And I know that, but it's just that if you're in a car, you are on the ground. So, yeah, in the plane, that's it. It's just game over, isn't it? So that's the problem. So that's where I'm at with that anyway. But anyway, I'm not saying no. Like I said, if I can bake a good cake, then I can get on a plane to Australia. So we will see. Watch this space. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I have got to go because I have got to go and buy some cake tins from somewhere. Anyway, because I've got a busy session in the kitchen going on. So I am going to have to love you and leave you. But there will be a cake making vlog coming to you this week. No quiz nights anymore, unfortunately. So boo for that. But I will be back with you for coffee morning next Monday anyway. And I will get this quiz night. Quiz nights are gone. Q&A night arranged. So watch this space. So onwards and upwards. See you all later. Take care. Have a lovely day. If you are going to do anything, why have I just had £73 come out of my bank account? That's just flashed up on my phone. What's that for? Don't know what that's for. Anyway, it gets you thinking, doesn't it, when things come out of your bank account. Anyway, take care. Have a lovely day. Make it positive. Mwah. See you later. Bye-bye.